We are set to go. Ladies and gentlemen, people around the world, welcome to the Weekly Beer Show. I'm your host, Travel Man Dan, and today we have an exciting episode for you. We have a fun show, and if you're new to the show, let me tell you a little bit about what we do here. We go ahead and we review beers. That's right. It is the Weekly Beer Show, and that's exactly what we do. We try out two delicious beers, and boy, we have some amazing ones today to review. We go ahead. We have a fun little segment where we talk about the news, anything that's exciting that comes up. We have a segment called Good News, where we bring you the good news in the world. So many times, often you turn on the news and it's so depressing and leaves you a little bit gray. Well, here on the Weekly Beer Show, we bring you good news. And who could forget What Would You Rather? That's right. What would you rather? I'm going to put you in a little bit of a predicament. You're going to have to choose this or you're going to have to choose that. Who knows what you'll pick? There is no right or wrong answer. Welcome to the show, Chris Duncan, and we are set to go. So if you're new to the show, thanks for hopping on. We're going to round out the show with what are you reading, what are you watching, what are you listening to, and then we're going to close out the show with a quote of the show. Hopefully you guys are checking this out for maybe the first time, or you're going ahead and you're checking it out as our part of our weekly audience, like Barrow right there. Welcome, Barrow. Welcome to the show, my man. You guys know what we do, and we got to go ahead and thank you for your support. Really appreciate you hopping on and joining us each and every week. Now, when I say us, you know what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not wait any longer. Let's go ahead and bring in the co-host of the show, our second in command here, the partner in crime. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Nate Alsford.
What's going on? Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong.
Bing bong. You buying the bing bong. Wow. Welcome in, Nate Alsford.
What's going on? How are you, Danny?
Welcome. I'm doing great, man. I'm doing Marla says, welcome in, Nate Alsford. I'm doing great, man. I'm so excited. We got a fun show. We got a fun two beers to review. We got a whole slew of good stuff going on, and I'm set to go. How's everything with you, man? How you feeling? How you welcoming the new year? How you living in the new year? What's new with the fam?
Well, I will say this. It's unseasonably warm in Las Vegas right now. I think it's about 55 degrees and sunny. So it kind of feels not like January 8th. What are we, 8th or 9th? So that's nice, I guess. A little bit of holiday fatigue, but other than that, everything's great.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I don't see Vegas ever being cold. I remember I was there this summer. It was double what it is now. Double and then some more. It was like 118, and your little poor Italian cypresses, before you took them out, they were like this. We were literally watching them fold.
They got fried, man. They got fried.
That thing was so hot, man. So hey guys, Nate, have you noticed anything new right off the tip off of the show?
Yeah, you're back in your studio.
Well, that is true. That is true. I have left Buffalo. Welcome, Judah Tick, Tess Bunny, and Barrow. That is true. I'm back here in Los Angeles. This will be the last day that I'm probably in this studio. We might keep it up and bring it back. But I built another studio on the other side of this whole studio house that I'm in. And we're going to go ahead and bring that to you next week. But actually, if you're just hopping on and you've been here before, you're probably wondering why it's just called the Weekly Beer Show. And that's what we've done. We've changed it to the Weekly Beer Show. When I first started this, it was like, okay, cool. I was trapped up in like COVID lockdown. I wanted to go ahead and bring some value to people and talk about the videos that came out on my channel. I wanted to review beers. Episodes were like 20 minutes to half an hour. If you haven't seen on those earlier episodes, I definitely recommend you checking them out and look how far we've come. So I just felt like it was the natural process to take out the video part and just call it the Weekly Beer Show. Now, we will be talking about the videos, but mainly the main focus of this live show is to talk more about beer. So we just switched it to that. How do you like the new name, Nate?
I like it. It was a good move. It's quick, to the point, and clean.
Quick, like you. Were you fast? Were you ever fast?
I don't know about fast. I wasn't slow, but I don't know if I'd call myself fast. You were fast.
Yeah, I was pretty fast back in the day, but I can't really run like I used to.
I might be able to beat you now.
Give me
Post surgery.
post surgery now, but in 8 months, I already scheduled a race with my friend Tomer. I'm gonna roast his ass, dude. It's
So,
literally.
I mean, if he's looking at your current state, he'd probably beat you, right? But 8 months, you can probably get him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like the new name too. Thank you so much, Drunatic.
Thanks,
Thank you
Carl.
so much, Barrow. Appreciate it. But we'll have to see. Calvin, welcome. All right, Happy New Year. It can only be about half an hour. Calvin, look, you're here for a minute. We love it.
You're all good.
So, yeah, thank you so much. Don't freeze your ass off. Make sure you shovel the driveway, and welcome to the show. So, Nate, you ready to get into today's beer?
Absolutely. Are you?
Oh, I'm ready, matey. I'm ready. Now, this beer, I don't know what this beer is all about, but I'm really excited about it. Hey, Da Sing Sing. Yes, Ma Shaolin Mick, Ni Hao. And Gary, love the new name. Go Bills Mafia. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Guys, if you don't know, I might as well hop into this right now. My buddy there, Gary, who's the Bills Mafia, we got some new merch coming, guys. We got some new merchandise. Yeah. Nate, give me a little. Yeah.
We got driver.
Sure. Or you can, I mean, you might have you have something else going on, like a doorbell or something. Give me your woo woo. But we got some new merch coming. We got a really better quality, better all around material for the shirt. There's going to be basically a nice brand right across the top. There's going to be the Travel Man Dan brand. There is going to be the Food Friday show, and there will be the weekly beer show t-shirts and hoodies. So stay tuned for the new merch. Nate, it's going to be exciting. I got to show you some of the stuff. The tests are coming, so you're gonna love them.
It's exciting. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wear one.
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole name of the game. Is that we're going to be wearing them on the show. But let's get back to this beer. This beer, really cool label. We're going to get to that in the scoring. But it's from a little bit north of where Nate is, in a city called Reno, Nevada. And usually, I don't know, Nate, how would you explain Reno?
So Reno's the capital of Nevada. It's probably about a 6-hour drive from Las Vegas. It is up in the northwest corner of the state. It borders California. The big attraction in that area would be Lake Tahoe. I'd say it's probably about an hour's drive from Reno to get to Lake Tahoe. And this brewer is based out of Sparks, Nevada, which is a neighborhood or suburb of Reno. And Reno's got kind of a burgeoning craft beer scene at the moment. I've seen these beers kind of populating in all of the stores here in Las Vegas. So they've got a presence. They've been around for about 5 years. I think 2017 is when they first opened. After the brewer had left Knee Deep Brewing, there was a brewer out of Sacramento, and the brewer left there. His name is Jeremy. He now moved over to Revision for more creative control, and that's what you get are these wacky kind of expressive beers that he's putting out in the market. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. I appreciate you letting us know all about that. But guys, so today's beer comes from Revision Brewing, and it is called Poor Decisions. Check it out. There it is. It is a triple hazy IPA. Really cool looking label. You got the unicorn, dark kind of rainbowish colors. He's passed out. Okay, he's definitely feeling the effects. This is a triple hazy IPA. Why do you think the unicorn's passed out, Nate?
Because he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the beers are on the ground. So I'm guessing this is 11%. So
11%.
Yep, he would definitely be on the ground. And if a horse would be on the ground, then what does that mean for us?
Barrow says, did you meet Bubba? Yes, I did meet Bubba. It was a great time. I'm going to go ahead and show you a picture of me and Bubba later. Good morning. Buenos dias, Marissa. Welcome, everybody. But this is what we're drinking today. It is from Revision Brewing. It is called Poor Decisions. It is a Northeast triple IPA, and I'm looking forward to it. Love and light, Drunatic from Copenhagen. Thank you so much. And there he is, Bubba, ladies and gentlemen. Woohoo!
What's up, Bubba?
What's going on, Bubba? All right, Nate, you ready for the crack open?
Absolutely. I'm very excited to drink this.
All right, man. Let's crack this sucker open. And is it hazy? Oh my. Okay. So I haven't had a beer all week, Nate, and I definitely indulged quite a bit in Buffalo. So this is my first smell of a beer in a week. It is very strong. I can taste a lot of citric notes going on in there. Really, I get a blast of grapefruit and orange. What about yourself?
Yeah, it's tropical, and that's what you're going to get with these New England IPAs, especially the triple version. So the alcohol volume is going to be super high. You can smell it's boozy and juicy. So I have a feeling it's going to be really cloudy.
Boozy and juicy. Well, there's only one way to find out, my friend. Let's go ahead and pour it in there, and we'll go ahead and give you our honest opinion of what we think. And that's right, Nate. Right away off the bat, it is looking very cloudy. It's almost like you're drinking like an old style mead. I mean, you can see the unfilteredness in this thing. It looks like the inside of a banana. It's super, super thick. Really cloudy and hazy going on there. I mean, it's a triple hazy IPA. It's a beautiful looking beer. You got to be honest with you, Nate.
Yeah, it is really nice looking. I mean, when you look at all these hazies, I know it's not necessarily your favorite, but this is what you want to see. Is you kind of want it to look like lemon meringue, and I think that they did. I think they've done that.
Yeah, this nails it. And you know what? I can smell super, super tropical fruits going on in this thing. Let's go ahead and taste it and see what it tastes like, Nate. Cheers, my man.
Cheers.
Ping, bing, bong.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Definitely boozy. You know, that first sip, you know, if you get a regular New England IPA, somewhere in that 5.5 to 7% range of ABV, you don't quite have the booziness. This, you can tell it's a triple IPA.
Yeah, this one is my first sip is not an awful sip, but the first sip that I taste, you can definitely taste that unfiltered IPA. If you're not used to it, if it's the first time anyone hands it to you, you might be taken off a little bit and being like, yeah, this is exactly what I didn't want. It's this weird IPA skunky flavor mixed in there with the fruit flavor, mixed in there with the creamy unfiltered flavor. So it's a lot of complexity going on in this thing. First sip, not too bad, but it's going to take the whole beer. You can definitely feel the strength of it.
Yeah, I love it. So I'm a big fan. Yeah, I'm a big fan of these hazy beers. They're all over the place right now. The market is saturated with them. And this brewer actually does 24 hazies, different ones canned in 1 year, which is pretty remarkable when you think about it. And it tells you a lot about the market right now in the IPA world. So I was doing some research recently via Untapped. The top 3 drinkable beer, most drank beers that were checked in Untapped this in 2021. Number 1 was the IPA, the American IPA, American style. Number 2 was hazy, right? The New England style IPA. Number 3 was the Imperial IPA. So that would be the double. So the market right now is just saturated with IPAs, and the hazy is really kind of leading that charge for the most part. And they're just everywhere. So I like them. I like the juice forwardness of them. I like how bright they are. There's a chewiness to them because it's unfiltered that I really like. This is a really good beer.
Yeah. I mean, look, anywhere you go, what's up, Brett? Welcome, go Buffalo. Hey. The thing about this that you see out there, you're right. It's all high IPA of this, that, and the other thing, whether it's Imperial, hazy, or Pale Ale, or regular IPA. The thing about the hazies is, to me, if you put 10 hazies up against each other, I think they would taste exactly the same. There's not a big differentiate. They're all kind of juicy. They definitely have all this thickness to them. Okay, they all kind of look like this warm kind of almost like oatmeal maize looking flavor. Very unfiltered. You can see particles floating around there. But overall taste, I feel like they're all just about the same. Obviously a little bit different. They're going to score a little bit different here on the show. But I'm not a huge fan of the hazies. Now, this one is a triple, like Nate said, but so it tastes a lot stronger.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot stronger. And time going for another sip.
So I would counter that. Wouldn't you say all niche beers or style of beers, whether it be a saison or a Gose or a Pilsner, that they all taste very similar without just that little bit of tweak that comes out of each brewer, right? I think that's the same thing for everything.
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, I think when you taste like a Pilsner and you can taste the difference between a Pilsner and like a Budweiser and a Pilsner of what we're going to be doing later. I think you definitely taste a difference. Now, look, there's going to be a difference in taste. I'm just generalizing what I think a hazy tastes like. I feel like a lot of the hazies that I've reviewed all pretty much taste the same. You get this juicy flavor. It's this strong, juicy grapefruit or orange or lemon, and they all probably hang out around the same place. This one's really creamy. I will say that after drinking another sip, I feel like it's really full flavored and creamy. So maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not a beer brewing expert, but that's just my opinion going into it. If I was a regular guy and I was to try one of these, I definitely feel like the hazies that I've done on this show and that you've done on the show are all pretty much the same color. They all kind of taste equally the same. But moving on, Nate. Welcome, my man. Welcome. We're back here at 10 a.m. This seems to be the sweet spot, the spot that everyone likes.
Got 11 people in the room right now.
Yeah. So you know what happens if we get 30? This guy's going to get a tattoo of Pacifico. So call all your friends. Make sure they're on there. You know, if you put it on your forehead, I don't know if I'd let you. Neck, I would let you. Forehead, that's a big
I would
area.
let you. Thank you.
That's a big area up there. You know,
this one? Yeah, I can do. You can play the Super Bowl up here.
All right. Woo-hoo. Bubba likes the 10 o'clock or in your time zone, 1 o'clock. And if you don't mind, guys, Nate, I'd like to throw up a little bit. Before I talk about it, I want to go ahead and, to me, the Hazy Lake Brewery added in, if that makes sense. Breweries add to it. Yeah, basically. Same thing. I'm with you on that, Chris. So, guys, I want to tell you a little bit about the show and stuff like that. But when I meet people organically on the show and I tell you that I'm going to come and meet you sometime, whether you're in India or whether you're in Denmark or, you're somewhere in the United States, this is no cap, no bullshit, right? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try to meet each and every person I can. That's the whole idea behind It's a Big World Out There. Make sure you see every bit of it. I'm into just about everything. My mind is complete bonkers all the time. And one of the reasons is, and the main driving thing is, I love people, man. I love people. So anytime I get a chance to meet you guys or people that I meet out when I'm doing my travels, I always spend time, chop it up, enjoy a beer. And so for me to go ahead and find somebody on this show that was watching a video off my channel probably about 2 years ago. He hit me up. He was talking about chicken wings, about the Anchor Bar. We started getting into this dialogue back and forth about the chicken wings. He's from Buffalo. I'm from Buffalo. And then I started the beer show, and he started popping up in the beer show. And guys, I'm talking about Bubba. And if you don't know, Bubba 770, there he is. He pops up. Me and Bubba were able to meet last week, 2 weeks ago in Buffalo. We met at a bar real close to my town, or in town, Tonawanda. Look at those two handsome studs right there sharing a beer.
Look at that bar.
Oh, that's Tony's. It's a sports bar on Niagara Falls Boulevard, if you're ever interested. But yeah, I was so excited to meet Bubba and go there and just share a beer with him and pick his brain and meet people that I've met here on the show organically. It means so much. So thank you so much, Bubba. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you got home okay and that your furnace didn't freeze and your cats are okay, all that good stuff. Had a great time. We will definitely do it. But Nate, one other great thing about Bubba that I'm so excited about. Are you ready for this,
What's
pal?
that? What's going on?
So Bubba's from an area, well, he's from Buffalo, but he lives now in an area that's closer to the Canadian border called Plattsburgh. And they also have a budding brewery scene. And Bubba has so graciously gave us a bunch of beers.
Wow.
So he sent me home with some awesome beers. We're going to be reviewing them. We're going to do a special Bubba show. We're going to get his friend that gave us the beer, who's a brewery, on the show. And I'm really excited about that. So pleasure meeting you, Bubba. And don't think that I won't come and meet you, no matter where you're at in the world. I might just pop up at your front door, and hopefully Nate will be able to join me. So cheers to you, Bubba.
Love to be there. Yeah, cheers, Bubba. Thank you so much for the beer.
Ah, all right, man. Happy to see you, Bubba.
Is it starting to work on you? Are you warming up to it?
Yeah, no problem. Got home safe. Nate said, there you go, Nate. You got your beer coming. Thank you, Bubba.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is. You know what, Nate? It's starting to warm up a little bit. I definitely feel the strength of it.
Yeah, it is. So if I was going to introduce somebody to a hazy IPA, a New England IPA, I don't think this would be it. It's quite boozy, right?
Yeah.
It's strong. It does have a bitterness to it, even though it is very tropical forward. I would probably start off with something like a 394 from AleSmith, something that's more crushable, right? More sessionable. That's in that like 6% range, just to kind of get someone started off so they have an understanding of what exactly a hazy is. And then you got to kind of build yourself up. You go to the Imperial after that and get yourself into the triples.
Yeah. Hey, Bubba says Vinny Thompson from Valcourt Brewing. That's some of the beers. He would love to hop on the show. Don't worry. I'll give you 2 weeks notice. Looking forward to having him on there. Let's do a beer or pizza show in CT. That sounds good.
Rick, whenever you want, man. We'll do it.
Yeah. Uh-oh. It's time for the hands. Give them to me. Oh, come on. You got to get real. You got to get in there. They're in my friend.
That's you. That's you.
Have
trolling.
You're like, have trolling. But yeah, Nate, it's time to warm up. One of the things I do feel about these boozy beers are, and I don't know if you feel this too, but it's like, when you take a shot of whiskey or rye and it warms your chest up that weird way.
Yeah, I know.
Or like cognac. Cognac, I love cognac when I'm out like snowmobiling or out, sledding. You're nipping out a little cognac and it warms you right up. That's what I feel like this beer is. Definitely strong, definitely boozy, and fully actually starting to make a tilt towards enjoying it. This is what we're drinking. If you're just hopping on, it comes from Revision Brewing in Reno, Nevada, and it is called Poor Decisions.
I love the name, by the way. So Poor Decisions is spelled P-O-U-R. All right. They're being cheeky. I like that. So bad decisions made after pouring this great beer. I really like it.
Cheeky. Dude, there was a point where Nate was like hanging around with a lot of British people and he started talking like British and everything. And he'd call me mate and, tell me to put it in the bonnet. How many of the beer?
I never have once said that in my life. Put it in the bonnet. Bits and bobs, maybe. I remember saying that.
You used to say all kinds of weird British shit to me towards the last couple of years in Guangzhou. It was hilarious. How many could the beer monster put down? He's talking about Brian Little. I don't know, man.
Dude,
I would be willing to give it a shot because here's the thing with the beer monster is he drinks a lot of lighter beers. This thing is a different. This is what you call a wallop. Oh, he's got baby duty. Something must have happened in the household of Nate. We're going to go ahead and keep moving on with the show. I'm not sure what happened, but Nate had to take off in a hurry. I think Anderson got a little wacky. Maybe he's throwing up or something. But anyway, guys, I hope you're doing good. Oh, he's back, ladies and gentlemen. He's back. He's back and ready. Everything okay in the house?
All good.
All right, so we went through the new bar set coming next week. We went through the merchandise coming up probably by the end of the month. The name is now the Weekly Beer Show. What next? I guess as the year unfolds, typically right around April, will start to look like is I'll be back out there traveling. I felt it was best to just go ahead and take a step back, look at my videos, look at my channel. How can I get better? Where can I be a little more specific? What can I do to do the things that I want to do creatively? And starting in April, I'm going to still continue to travel, and I'll always be Travel Man Dan. But the time that I'm going to travel, I'm going to be traveling to breweries around the world. So you're going to be able to see me going to breweries. Let's say I go to this certain brewery, but in that town, they have a beautiful mountainside. So I'll go ahead and I'll do a little bit of the mountain action. I'll do a little bit of the things that are going on there. And then I'll take you through the brewery and we'll go ahead and have beer. Then we'll also piggyback that trip off of something at the brewery for a Food Friday. So that's the direction I'm going to be taking this year. So stay tuned to that. If you're ever interested in beer travel, that's where we're headed this year. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy the videos. I'm going to take a step back, get a little better with some technical stuff. And I'm looking forward to that. Frank is in the house. beer.
Boom.
Yes. Frank, we missed you, man. I was just saying to Nate, really, I missed Frank. Have
What's up,
trolling
Frank?
in the house. Skull, have trolling.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
This beer, dude.
yeah, this beer's it's getting there. Hey, Nate, so I wanted to talk about something else too. So obviously this channel has this particular show and the channel really hasn't changed that much. Beer is the primary objective. Does that mean beer is the primary objective? It's kind of look, it's always going to be travel, food, and beer equally. Okay, so yeah, you could say beer is going to be the primary, but also travel and food. So look for a little sprinkle of people on that as well. But Nate, do you remember? I mean, this show has evolved a lot in the last 8 months. And do you remember?
What are you doing, dude? You can't even finish the sentence.
I'm just thinking about when you first started. And do you remember? I know Drunatic probably remembers Have Trolling Frank. Do you remember when I brought Nate on the scene and he was doing Eat It or Not? Who remembers to eat it or not? Yeah. What will he do? Or will he eat it up there and send it to you? All right. Nate, take us through those early days of Eat It or Not.
Oh man, what do you want me to tell you? I didn't know what I was doing. It was awful. I was nervous all the time, and I'm glad that I'm not doing it anymore. Although now I think if I was doing it, I'd probably do a better job.
Yeah, we need to bring back occasionally an Eat It or Not.
Leave it up to Danny to just throw a lot at me as soon as I get on doing it for the first time.
Hey man, you know what? If nobody does that to you,
yep,
it gets you know what I mean. You never learn, and like yeah, I put you on skates and said see you later, smacked you in the ass, and got you out there on the rink. You know what I mean? Like
smacked you in the ass.
Well, I wouldn't smack your ass, but Larkards. Oh yes, I remember the Larkards.
Ooh, is that the licorice?
Yeah.
Oh man, that stuff was good. That habanero one.
Dude, I cannot wait. Probably not this summer, but summer of 2023. I am going to give Drunatic the biggest hug in the world because I'll probably make my way back to Latvia and check in on Denmark, Sweden, Norway, all you guys out there up in the Scandinavia region. And hopefully, maybe if everything goes well, I might even move to Scandinavia. But yeah, Nate, I would love to bring back to Eat It or Not occasionally. What do you think?
Hey, you know what? There's the deeper we get into this beer thing, the more I consider the pairing element of beer and food. And of course, that's a passion of yours along with travel. So if there's a way that we're able to connect those things, let's do it.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely going to be doing that. And I wanted to let everyone know that we haven't forgot about the Eat It or Not. If you haven't checked out those episodes, be sure to go ahead and look in the playlist of the weekly beer and video review show, and you'll be able to see those early editions right around March, the end of March. I think your first one was like March 21st. But anyway, moving on, guys. It's time for a little good news. What about the drink
it or not?
To drink it or not? Well, I probably will. And then I'll run over there whenever you will. Okay, so moving on. It's time for good news. So often we're faced with, this drudgery of life and, so we can get caught up in it. It can be a dark and depressing thing. And then you turn on the fucking news. All right. Now, these people are like the ultimate original YouTube people, right? They are looking for the likes, the comments, the viewers. I mean, it's a national news network, and they're so often giving you guys horrendous stories because it's so easy for us to go ahead and say, you know what, I hate that, and I associate with that, and watch the hate and get that misery building up. But on this segment, we like to bring in good news. So for today's good news, I want to bring up an athlete, a very, very big athlete. Okay, yo, Richie D, what up? And one of my favorite athletes, I wore his shoes as a young teenager. It was the first time I've ever seen the pump shoes. And I was a huge fan of him. He was my favorite player. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Shaquille O'Neal. All right, so let's take a look at Shaquille O'Neal. The good news about Shaq is over his 19-year NBA career. First of all, 19 years in the NBA. Wow.
Crazy.
Los Angeles Lakers legend Shaquille O'Neal earned $292 million and then turned that into over $700 million by smart investing. A man is rich as fuck, right? And he has used that money in a good way. Now, there's the good news. He recently did it at Christmas, okay? He said, my father's a drill sergeant. My mother was a hardworking woman. They had little, but they taught me the value of giving back. Anybody with $700 million could give back, right? Okay, so he said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and help those in need. So I called, my friend from Nintendo Switch. Everybody's got a friend from Nintendo Switch. And he ordered 1,000 Nintendo Switches and 1,000 PS5s. Holy cow. Went to Walmart, got bikes, toys, all kinds of crazy stuff. And so, yesterday at this little elementary in McDonough, Georgia, he gave it all away. He gave all these kids, these underprivileged kids, PS5s, Nintendo Switches, bicycles, light brights, all kinds of toys, crazy stuff. And I mean, right there is a living legend. I mean, you don't think about this because he has all the money in the world. He has $700 million, probably more. You see him all over TV. He was an athlete, but you don't see him going like this. Look at my bling, look at my thing, look at my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like looking on there, like he's over that. He's past that. He's looked at his ability and his platform, not only with money, but just the power of him and be able to give back. Nate, I think that's just really super special, man.
It is, and it seems so. There's a lot of times athletes, they'll do this stuff, right? They'll show up to an event where they hand out a turkey, right? And they get the photo op, and they're probably gone shortly after that. It feels to me as if Shaq is doing this from the right position of empathy and trying to provide, understanding his privilege in this world and what he can do for the greater good. And Shaq has always been somebody I really like following, and I think is just a great human being. I even liked it back when wasn't he a sheriff in Miami or something like that at one time?
Yeah. I mean, look, dude, you're exactly right, Nate. People will do it around the holidays, and like athletes, and there's a lot of athletes that are always helping their communities that we never even hear about it. But the minute they go ahead and they touch somebody inappropriately or they say something politically, we hear about it. And, Shaq is one of those people that is constantly doing stuff like this. If you read through articles and stuff, big game day, go Buffalo, baby. And Shaq was in a jewelry shop looking for jewelry, and he overheard a guy talking about, buying the ring for his wife. He went up and bought it for the guy. Some of us,
I know
I mean, you know what I mean? Like the other day I heard about he was at a store and the lady was buying a layaway computer for her son who was in school. He was young. He was like 9 years old. Shaq just happened to be walking by, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to buy it for you right now. I have the money. I have the means. You don't have to worry about your kid has it. The lady said no, but he eventually ended up getting it for him. Another thing is one of the things like early on, remember the Reebok pump sneakers that I was talking about, Nate?
Yep.
Like those were expensive. I remember it was like the first time my parents.
They were $120 in 1995.
Yep. I remember my parents bought those for me. It was like best day of my life when I dumped my tape. Yes, I agree, Jonathan. My parents bought me a pair of sneakers over $100. Goodbye, Calvin. Happy New Year. So that was a huge thing. But then he found out like who was buying his sneakers, and he said, nah, man, I'm not going to do that. He went to Reebok and he quit his contract. He said, nope, no more. I'm not going to do this anymore. And he started and paired up with a brand it was either Walmart or Kmart, and it was the Shaq brand. And everyone laughs at the Shaq brand. Oh, you got Shaqs and stuff, because they were like $50 or whatever. But when you think about it in hindsight, Shaq had he had that empathy to understand that, look, $120 for a pair of fucking sneakers,
right,
compared to like $45. who's going to be able to afford more?
The people that love me can't pay for it. The people that admire me can't pay for it. So what's the point?
Exactly. And the people that can buy my shoes right now will be burned out of me when the next big thing comes. So, dude, Shaq, we fucking love you on the show. Sorry I'm dropping a lot of bombs. It's the 11%er.
It is.
It makes me go
But
full.
Shaq, my brother met Shaq. So my brother met him back in, I don't know, it must have been like 2005-ish. And so this is back when there's a place in Vegas on Maryland Parkway called the Boulevard Mall. And my brother was working at
Boulevard Mall, Tonawanda.
So the Boulevard Mall was like at one time was, 15 years ago, back when people went to malls, it was a big deal. And my brother was working at a Lids and he saw Shaq. Shaq came to the store and my brother shook his head. My brother's 6'3", 6'4". Shaq is 7'1". What do you think he weighs? 450, 425, 400 pounds now? He's huge. But at the time, he probably weighed 380, right? Still a huge human being. My brother said when he shook his hand, it was like having two fingers. Shaq's big ass hand. My brother's a big guy, a fairly big guy anyway. But yeah, so my brother met Shaq. I always admired him, and what he does around the holidays seems to come from the right place. And that's what's really important is he's sharing his privilege with people that are underprivileged.
Yeah, I love that. And Shaq is impressive. One of the things about, hey, Aquanuts, hey, Happy New Year. Well, one of the things, my DJ, Shaq's also a DJ. And I'll never forget this time. He was out there DJing at like EDC or whatever it was. And he picked my friend Pasquale up. And my friend Pasquale is like, he's a grown adult, over 180 pounds. And he was like a little baby in Shaq's arms. It was awesome. Happy New Year. Barlow says happy birthday, Aquanuts. Yes, it is your birthday. And
happy birthday.
We haven't done this in a while, and I was going to get to it, but what the heck? Let's go ahead and surprise everybody else. Guys, if you don't know, not only was it Helena or Aquanuts' birthday 2 days ago, but a few days ago, it was Nate's birthday. Hey, Nate. So, without further ado, let's go ahead. What's that?
You don't have to sing. It's okay.
No, we're doing it, baby. Let me get the drum. You guys ready? Sound check. You guys ready? Okay, everybody seems to get ready. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hit it, boy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nate and Aquanuts. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. I can pray for Aquanuts as well. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yo, happy birthday, guys. Their shoes are coming.
27 never felt so good.
I mean, he's young, right? Face looks a little old, but he's young.
Right here. You got to use SPF 15 every day.
I don't know, bro. Do you ever think about investing in some eye cream?
Oh, dude, look at the bags under here.
Hey, no, seriously. Happy birthday, Nate. Happy birthday, Aquanuts. I wish you guys the best damn year of your life. I hope that you get everything that you want, like lots of money, lots of success, most importantly, health, and a lot of bit of sex. Okay, moving on. Now it's time to go on to show and tell. I show you mine, you show me yours. That's a really weird and perverted way to say it, but guys, I want to go ahead and show you. I know the new studio is coming up, so I want to show you something that's really cool, and I think Nate will really appreciate this because it has something to do with him. But I saw this, and if you don't know, I'm really into old-fashioned cookie jars. I don't know what it is. I just like old-fashioned cookie jars. But the new set's going to have a table in front. It's going to be more of a bar setting. It's going to be a little bit different. So I'm looking for some type of decor to kind of put up front. And I found this thing. Felt like instantly it was the coolest thing. I felt like I needed to have it. It reminds me so much of my best friend, my co-host over there, Nate Alsford. And guys, today's show and tell is this fun little thing that will be now a proud part of the weekly beer show. And check it out, man. It is called the Jolly Twosome.
What?
It's a ceramic.
What is that?
Dude, isn't this thing awesome?
It's great.
You could put alcohol in there, so we'll put a little bit of alcohol in there.
So I'm the taller of the two, right?
Yeah. You're probably. You know what? Definitely, I went through this and was like, I know he's gonna say something, so he's got about an inch on me. So, and he's probably a little bit. I don't know. He thinks he's a better dresser, but look at me. There I am. Okay, take a look at those guys.
They are awesome. I love it.
I always have, I always have a little bit of scruff. So, there they are.
Dude, look at you. Look at you. Look at the patch on your jeans.
Yeah, but look at this. I got the triple X going on. Hold on, let me get this in the frame. There it is. We're drinking the triple X.
Dude, that's by Joe.
Yeah, thank you guys and girls. Yeah, this is going to be out front and center. This is the show and tell. It's called the Jolly Twosome. It's an old antique ceramic, like wine craft. When I saw it at this place in Buffalo called the Niagara Memorial.
Dude, it's your best one yet. That thing is great.
You like the Jolly Twosome? I like it.
Is that going to be in the studio somewhere?
Front and center on the table like this, so everybody sees it every show.
Great.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And it will be stocked with some type of liqueur. That's the cool thing. It's like, I think it's like some type of wine craft or whatever.
Malort.
What?
Malort.
Yes. Okay. Well, it's coming.
Oh, it's coming. That's a surprise for the show. We're not gonna drop the lead now, but that's coming.
Malort. But we're gonna go ahead and finish this one up. This is the revision pour decisions. Okay. Very strong. Definitely feel a little flushed, and I'm actually enjoying it a little bit more than when I first started. As we can see, it's still got its cloudy form, which is really kind of neat. All throughout the beer, Nate, it's always going to stay the same consistency, and which is it's a kind of important. It knows that you're going to drinking the same complex thing that you started with. Sometimes when you pour a beer in, it can kind of make that separation. Not on this one. Really well done. Enjoying it.
Are we whacking it back? All right.
Yeah, not bad. A lot better than when we started.
So yeah, really?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if the hazy thing for you is just a matter of not like breaking it down to the basics of what they're trying to do, understanding it like kind of, because now that when we did the 394, that's like almost a year ago, and that's the first hazy we did together.
The thing about the hazy is I don't like the really tropical fruity stuff.
The juicy fruit.
Yeah, I don't like that with the beer. It leaves your. I don't know. That's
my favorite part.
Yeah. Well, hey.
But hey, listen. That's why there's so many different styles. There's a style out there for everybody. You don't need to like the hazy. If you don't like a hazy, you don't like a hazy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I could walk in a bar and have the beer of my choice, it would be a double bock all day long.
Really?
Yeah, I like that. It's a weird cross of like a strong lager.
It's a boozy ale.
Yeah.
Right. So it's basically they designed that to be higher ABV. It's like a party beer.
Right. But the thing about it is it doesn't have all those fruits tasting to it.
Sure. It's very malty.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it. Taste on this one. This is what we're going to go ahead and review the pour decisions. It's what all the rave is. You know what? I actually liked it as I drank more of it. Definitely super strong. I'm flushed red. Yeah. I feel drunk. I did like the taste of it. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't bad. I think that if you're first starting off the hazy IPA, be careful with this one because of the strength and alcohol. But the taste isn't that bad. I'm going to give it a score of a 3.5.
Wow, taste is not that bad for a 3.5. All right. I'm going to do a 3.0.
All right, dude. I'm going to stop the show right there. Have you ever go against my scores? That's my score.
I know it's your score. I know it's your score. I just, it's just interesting.
Every time I say a score, you don't have to say, wow, that's your score.
Wow, that's your score? So I'm looking at it differently. Okay. I'm giving it a 3.0 and I really like it. But I don't know if I need to probably get into more of these triple IPAs to really understand how it competes against the rest of the market. But for right now, I really like it. I like the booziness of it. It's super tropical. I think they hit the nail on the head with what they're looking for, but there is something missing for me. I can't figure out what it is, so I'm going to go with 3.0.
Okay. And that's coming from a guy who likes it. So maybe I'll take back a little bit of the heat on the comment that I said. I apologize if I offended you. Not.
You didn't offend me.
you gotta listen the whole way through. I gave the old 90s
not your mom.
No mom jokes, dude.
Oh, there's one coming.
There's not one coming. Is there?
Well, we'll see later.
No, there isn't.
There is. All right.
Wow, what's your score? That's your score. Lunatic wants that. That is my score. The price. Nate, what do we pay for this delicious can of beer?
So these are not cheap. They come in at $4 a can.
$4 a can. That's a little steep. But I feel like what you get for $4, you might as well saw away from all the bullshit and get right to the point, because it's like I just drank 3 beers. So I don't think that's that bad. But it is pricey. If you're going to drink 3 of them, you're going to spend $12, but you're going to be absolutely annihilated unless you're a unicorn. Danny's feeling good. Yes, yes, I am, Rich. Feeling very good. I'm going to go ahead and give the score on the price a score of a 3.0 because, well, let's be honest. Let's go back to what Shaq was talking about. Not everybody has $4 to spend on a beer.
That's fair. Yeah, so I also think it's price. All right, I got to take this into context, right? Because it's an 11% beer, so the bang for your buck I don't think is terrible. But if you would get their regular IPA or they have a lager offering, they're the same price. You know, so when I look at all the revisions, there's one area in the total wine, and they're all in the same spot. They're all the same price. So revision itself overall, I think, is a kind of a pricey beer. But, you know, for 11% and exactly what's going on here, I'm going to give it a 3.0 because I don't think it's awful. I think it's probably a competitive number.
Yeah, not awful, but, you know, and competitive is a good way to look at it. Let's go to the design. Look, when I look at this design, I think of one thing. I think of early YouTube and Charlie the Unicorn. If you don't know what Charlie the Unicorn was, go ahead and Google it. It's one of the most famous 6.4. It's one of the most early funny videos of YouTube. Back when I thought YouTube was just a fad, my friend would show me Charlie the Unicorn. But that's what I think of is Charlie the Unicorn. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. For that, I'm going to go ahead and give it a high score. I love Charlie the Unicorn. The first time I was ever introduced to YouTube, and that's the feeling I get. I think the color is cool on it. I like how they have the drunken unicorn. I'm giving the score of the design a 3.5.
3.5. Yeah, so I'm going to go oops, what just happened?
Hey-yo!
So I'm going to go a 3.5 as well. So you see it from whatever that funny YouTube video is. I see this as kind of like a BoJack Horseman thing. For some reason, I don't know why, but I like it. You know, I think it's interesting. I don't understand the significance of the unicorn itself, but I think it's pretty cool. I like that the unicorn has a little tattoo right there with the RB, Revision Brewing. So yeah, for me, 3.5. It's a cool can. I like it. They're definitely creative. When you look on their website, if you want to go through it a little bit more later, they've got a ton of interesting designs on their beers. It's pretty cool.
I don't know if I'd call that a tattoo, being that it's a horse. I'd probably call that a branding.
A brand, yeah, good call. It's a brand. You're right. You're absolutely right.
All right, accessibility. Guys, look, I don't know how accessible this beer is. Because it's in Reno and because they make 2 a month of this style of hazy IPA, it's probably going to be pretty difficult to find. Worldwide, you're not going to be able to find it very much. Here in the United States, in the Southwest, probably if you go looking for it, but only at the specific time. And for that, I'm going to ding it. I'm going to give it a score of a 2.5. Thank you, Frank. Always fun show, great host. Always fun to have you. We're going to continue looking for big things in 22.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2. You know what? I'm going to go 1.5 for accessibility, actually. I think where we are, we're lucky that we get because of geographically where we are. Reno is very close to California, so you're going to get it. It's fairly close when you look at the country as it's laid out. It's pretty close to us, so I don't think you're going to be able to get this in New York. You're definitely not going to be able to get it on the international scene. So 1.5.
Okay, fair enough. The TMD X Factor. Look, I'm already smashed. I drank one can of beer. I'm feeling it. It's 11%er. That's got to equal something. I really want to get over there to Reno. I think the cool thing about them is that they make so many different styles of beer of this style, hazy, per year. They make, what is it, 24, Nate?
It's 24. Yeah, they do 24 hazy, specifically hazy IPAs every year.
I mean, that really, that's got to account for something. I think that's really cool. I definitely liked it. I like that the first sip, I didn't like it, and then I grew to like it. So that has to account for something. Overall, I thought it was a delicious beer. I would definitely recommend it to people, but I would be cautious and let them know that, look, the thing is strong. So, hey, look, I'm going to go ahead and give it a score of a 3.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go 4.0. Number one, it's in Nevada, which is where I currently reside. So there's some level of homerism there. It's not Vegas. It's not Southern Nevada. It's Northern Nevada. But all the same, I'm going to give it a better score. I appreciate it. I like the fact it's a triple IPA. I like the design overall. It just feels good to me. So I'm going to go 4.0.
Nice. Good score. Can't go wrong with that. Definitely got to root for the home state that you live in. Going with the total, guys, this is Revisions, Poor Decisions, the 11% triple hazy IPA, and I gave it a score of a 16. So it's right there, guys. It's right there where it's supposed to be. 16 is the bar level. It is what we consider a good beer. I would definitely recommend it. Nate, are you drunk too?
I don't know if you guys heard my last ramblings. You would think I'm not, or I am. So probably.
Hey, look, I'm loose as a goose. And you know what?
I'm just
Let's
tripping
do
over
it, baby. What's that?
For me, 15 overall. So I'm actually below Travel Man Dan. I think it's
15.
because of the ding for the accessibility. I knocked him for it. It's tough not to. You know, you guys, most of you out there that are watching the show, you can't get your hands on this beer. 15. There they are, the Jolly Twosome.
Jolly Twosome.
Dude,
Moving on, guys. Thank you so much
for
hanging with us. We are pumped up and ready to go because the next one is going to light a fire in your ass. Okay. Now, whether it be the next morning or right now because you're excited, ladies and gentlemen, the next beer is going to be a fun one. It is an American staple. It is one that we long remember from Uncle Tony, Uncle Chucky, somebody that you know in the neighborhood that's a bum on the side of the road drinking it.
Barbecues, 4th of July.
4th of July. I mean, it's got that feel to it. I'm sorry, Dan, you lag out. We didn't see your score. I'm sorry. 16. Have trolling 16. Today's second beer is American classic beer. It was established in Milwaukee in 1844. And guys, woo! I'm talking about Pabst Blue Ribbon, baby. Yeah, oh. There she is. The Pabst, the Blue Ribbon. Okay, Nate, you got the big can, don't you?
I got the 24-ouncer, 7-Eleven.
Oh, baby.
So we were something happened on social media recently where Pabst had kind of went viral, right? So we thought it was appropriate while there was some momentum behind the Pabst Blue Ribbon brand. My God, I am drunk. I can't talk.
What's going on? You guys all like to say that I'm the drunkard, but welcome to the club, my man. Frank.
That triple IPA got me 11% at 10 in the morning. Sorry. But anyway, so there's been some momentum on Twitter with Pabst Brew.
Oh, what's going on, dude? What's the matter? Never been drunk on camera before, huh?
No, not this quickly. I feel like I'm as red as you were in Buffalo.
Hey, buddy. I've had a lot of experience of doing this. People that watch me love this part, so welcome to the club. The funniest thing is, I don't know if you saw that quick comment. I'm cracking a beer I can't resist anymore. Frank must have been trying dry January, and we cracked them.
Speaking of dry January, the reason why PBR was trending was because they were trying to be funny and were making mockery of dry January. And this is the tweet. It went viral. Some of you, if you have children watching, maybe cover their ears or cover their eyes. It's a little grotesque, but this is the tweet. Not drinking this January? Try eating ass.
Oh, no, thank you.
Try eating ass. It's an interesting way for them to say you're a dork if you're doing dry January. Now, there was a lot of people that were upset about this. They felt that because dry January is a positive thing, you're trying to clean yourself up, you're trying to be sober, and they were, knocking at the door of people doing that were kind of dorky, if you will. So there was a lot of feedback like this. Pabst Blue Ribbon. And they said, yep. We got this one right here. Pabst Blue Ribbon, somebody's replying to them. We still love you, PBR, even if you're that cool drunk uncle that takes things a little too far. And you got, who's that right there? We all know who that is. Christmas Vacation. Here's one.
That's totally you. Like, go back to Christmas Vacation. That looks like you.
Dude, it looks exactly like me.
Dude, if you comb your hair that way, you're Randy Quaid from Christmas Vacation.
I mean, look at, we have all the same features. Blue eyes.
You got to go a little bit more. You got yours more in like a hipster high. If you do it more, yeah, like you go high with your hair. If you go more down and you got to, that's not up anymore. If you go down, you're Randy Quaid.
Dude, I'm all about it. Shitter's full. All right, here we go. This is a meme I found. Pabst Blue Ribbon beer, premium ass flavored. As you can see, they went brown with it. Ew. Kind of funny. One more just for giggles, right? Not drinking this January. Try eating ass. PBR ass. What's the difference? Ask your mom. Ew. There's the mom joke. But anyway, so PBR, you did a great job. In my opinion, this publicity is great for your brand. You guys have rebranded over the last 10, 15 years. It's not the same demographic that you're going after a long time ago. The first time I ever had Pabst Blue Ribbon, I can remember it was back in like 2004, 2005. It's back when that movie Coyote Ugly came out.
Dance on the bar. Yeah.
Exactly. And I was in one called Hogs and Heifers on the Lower West Side. I was with my friends Brad and Rob.
The bar is called Hogs and Heifers?
Hogs and Heifers. So the whole point of this was it's kind of a honky tonk. You go in there, you drink PBR, you drink well whiskey for $5, the combination. And the bartenders are very rude. They're all really pretty women with, bikini tops and Daisy Duke bottoms. And they got a megaphone. And I was wearing a tie. And they were mocking me in front of about 50 people, pulled me up to the bar, took my tie off, brought the garbage can onto the bar, rolled my tie into their hand, rubbed my tie in the garbage can, put it back on me, laughed and yelled in my face and told me to F off. Yeah, so that's the first time I ever had Pabst Blue Ribbon with a shot of well whiskey. And I'll always remember that. That's what this beer is to me.
Sounds a lot like Nashville. Frank says they're like the Old Spice of beer.
Wow, we got 18 comments I got to go through. Sorry, everyone.
No, I got them all. But hey, Nate, let's crack this sucker open and get rolling. All right, let's crack it open. We know what it's going to smell like. Grass. Not ass. Grass. No. Wow, that definitely smells like somebody's front lawn was just cut.
Yeah, dude, it's grassy, mazy.
It's going to be very light. Oh, my God. The first time I ever had Pabst Blue Ribbon, I backed it down with Old Milwaukee. I was camping in Allegheny.
Backed it down. Look at that.
And Joe Salomone was drinking it. Now, Joe Salomone was an older gentleman of my friend's father. And look at this thing. I mean, this is like, there is like 4 bubbles of carbonation going on in this thing. It looks like the type of beer that you see on a pool table at the next morning when you wake up at a friend's house in college and you're like, I need something to drink. I don't care. It's watery. But hey, we're at PBR. Murphy, we love watching you. Guys, we love having you. Really, thank you so much. The community that we're able to build here, this is the foundation, this is the core. As we continue to grow, as we continue to develop, you guys, we owe it all to you. So thank you so much. Nate, cheers. How about a nice cold PBR? Look, you can see me. Hi.
No, it's crazy. Look at that.
Look at you see me. Hey, I'm an island boy.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, PBR. I'm going to let you know what my first sip is.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. First of all, that tastes exactly like you would expect it to taste. It tastes like the inside of a can or an oil drum. Ugh. But it's also not bad. There's a place for this beer. It's at the bottom of an ice bucket. When you pull it out, it needs to be sitting there for a couple of hours. This needs to be ice cold.
Yeah, to me, the first sip tasted like if you had a big scoop of Captain Crunch, and it was soggy, and it was sitting in your spoon ladle, and it was all soggy, and it puffed up and it swallowed up. And then you put it in your mouth, and you let that corn feeling just really soak up your mouth. That's what it tasted like, a giant ball of corn syrup. It tasted like a little bit of metal pipe going on in there. But Nate's got a point. This is the kind of beer that you reach down in that old metal cooler, not the Yeti cooler. Oh, PBR, dude. Oh, look at my hat from the 80s. All right. I'm talking about you reach down, you know, your Uncle Tony brought the PBR. You grab that sucker. You're going to play lawn volleyball, and you get to work. This is the kind of beer that you can exercise with.
So just wanted to bring up their website. You can see Pabst Blue Ribbon for a long time, right? Based out of Milwaukee. 1844. They've been a staple in American Pilsner beer game for 150 years almost. Or no, I guess that would be almost 200 years. But you can see they've rebranded. You know, there's something going on, Danny. I don't know if you've noticed it, but PBR kind of hit a little resurgence amongst the younger generation. I hate to just categorize it as millennials or Gen Xers or whatever, but something's gone on where they kind of became cool again.
Frank, first of all, let me address Frank's comment. Yes, we will have TMD mugs and Nate and Danny funnels. So those are coming. Stay tuned for that. Second, Nate, you're absolutely right. I mean, look at this shit. Not that we're against anybody. We like Gen X. We like millennials. To be honest with you, if I could go to any party of people, okay, it would probably be hipsters. I like hipsters. But the thing is like you can see they're rebranding, right? PBR used to be the type of beer that you could only get at the VFW, and there would be still the sign like Nate has. It would be hanging up in the background that said PBR, and that was the only place. You never actually tried it because you were probably younger and you moved on to what was hip and cool. PBR was not that beer, but it made how loose is a goose. It made a resurgence. Is absolutely right. Like I said, it's a type of beer that you can go ahead and exercise with. You can go and drink it while you're playing volleyball, whether it's on the beach. You know, maybe this is the kind of beer that you first try, Nate, and you're like, somebody in the party, I don't know, somebody at the reunion calls you over. They're playing jarts, and they ask you, "Hey, do you want to try a beer?" And they give you a PBR.
Listen, it's cheap beer, but if you're going to compare it to really what their competition is, and that's going to be Bud Heavy, Coors Banquet Beer, Miller High Life /
Back in the high life again.
It in my opinion, it's better than those beers. There's a better flavor. I don't expect everybody to believe that, but for me, it's a better flavor. I like that. You know, it's mostly offered in cans. Not often you see a PBR bottle out there. I kind of like that for some reason. I feel of all those options, Old Milwaukee, Natty, Natural, this is way better.
Okay, so let me put you right on the spot. And you can go ahead and drop in the comments if you want to. Give me your top 3 like traditional session, regular American beers. For me, without a doubt, Back in the High Life Again. And then number 2, Old Milwaukee. And then number 3, Bud, the king of beers. What do you got?
So yours was High Life, Old Milwaukee, and Bud.
Yeah.
Top 3?
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go do Rolling Rock and Yingling count in this?
Not Yingling, but Rolling Rock. Yes,
All right.
it's better
So I'm
than
going to
MTV.
go PBR, Rolling Rock, Banquet Beers. Coors.
What?
Yep.
You really think this is the number one?
Yes.
Dude, does the word
Yes.
champagne of beers mean
Listen,
anything?
they're all in that category, right? So
Champagne.
for me, the value of the beer is the price, right? And the accessibility here. I understand all of them have accessibility, but this is probably the best bang for your buck. Maybe the price has been elevated over the past couple of years to compete with those beers like a Budweiser, but man, you get a 12-pack of this for like $6.99.
Yeah, I mean the price is good. I mean,
It's phenomenal. And for what you're getting, they're basically all the same.
I got to tell you a story, guys. I want to hear a story about PBR. So, a long time ago, I see it probably been like 2009, before I left for China, I got a chance to be a tour manager for a punk rock band. So I was on tour. I think it was 2009, 2000. Yeah, it was 2009. And it was the time where the election was going on and Obama was running against, I forget who he was running against for a second term. So we were on tour. I was in a band. I would be a couple of these characters. It was a puppet band, kind of like Guar. It's called Green Jelly. We'd go out there and we the band would play, but I would dress up every show as like characters, and I would be on there just dancing, whatever. So during the campaign, I forget where it was. It was somewhere in the Midwest. I want to say Missouri or Michigan or whatever. I decided it would be a good idea to put a suit on and an Obama mask. Well, I'm up there. I'm having a good time during the song, Nate. I'm jamming. Obama's dancing, and it's like heavy punk, like like punk rocking, and I'm dancing. I got the Obama, and dude, all I saw was a beer can, right, come flying from the crowd. Suddenly, all I saw was I'm wearing a mask. And, dude, it hit me square in the head, dude. A full can of beer, okay? That full can was a 24-ounce Pabst Blue Ribbon, okay?
Full?
Somebody did not like President Obama at the time, and they decided that, you know what? This guy that's traveling with the band dressed as Obama might as well be Obama, so screw him. I'm going to throw this beer at him. And it hit me square in the head. Luckily, I had this rubber mask on, so it kind of like it kind of took the fall, or it took the blow. And it didn't knock me out or anything, but it definitely struck me. I was like, oh my gosh, I just got hit with a friggin' can of beer. And after the song, I went backstage, whatever, I take the mask off, whatever. And there I saw it rolling around on stage was a 24-ounce can of Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Was it a full can?
Well, it was, because it hit me with a full impact, right? But what happens is at this bar, because I did a lot of investigating on this, Nate. You know how I am like this. I want to get to the bottom of it. I was going through the crowd asking people. Yeah, Frank, Obama saved my life. But what they would do, because you're okay, they would crack it open at the bar and they would give it to you. So they cracked it open. They gave it to somebody, probably an unruly alt-right or a Republican who didn't like Obama's policies, was like disgusted. He saw me up there, launched that thing, and it knocked me like square in this area right here. That's my PBR story.
Dude, that's phenomenal.
And that, I don't know if anybody will ever, that person, I don't know what happened, but whoever threw that, good on you, man. Cheers. Not that I don't care about your political view. I really don't.
Right.
But you hit me in the head, dude.
It's like you hit me in the head with the wallet.
Yeah, mission accomplished. If you throw something, you want to hit the person.
So when you look at the website here, have you tried these other beers, Danny? So here you got the original, you got the extra, which comes in at
No.
6.5% ABV. They're easy drinking session beer, which is low calorie, probably something that's similar to an Michelob Ultra. And then,
No.
of course, you have not tried the non-alcoholic, that's for sure. So have you tried any of these other ones?
No, I haven't.
Have you
No.
tried this hard coffee?
No, but I'm dying to. You know, like your dancing policies. Cheers.
They got a seltzer offering here. Look at this. It's a lime strong. 8% for a seltzer is strong.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of seltzers. I don't like their malt liquor. I don't like how they make me feel. There's like a dirtiness to the drunk. But here you go. You got a couple of them. 8% here. They got wild berry, and then the last one, 100-calorie hard tea. That's interesting.
I love hard tea. You know, our favorite tea is the sleeveless tea.
Oh, I feel like when the summer comes around, we should probably bring that back and do another review on it.
Oh, it's so good.
It's really good.
I would like to see them come out with, like, I'm looking at it right now, like a raspberry version or a
blueberry.
Yeah, just some kind of raspberry or no, lemon was what it originally was. What's the other flavor of tea?
Raspberry peach,
yeah, something like that. That shit was awesome. But hey, we're drinking the Pabst PBR, with 24-ounce can. That is the original Pabst Blue Ribbon. I don't know how this hit the scene. It probably has something to do with like the millennial and Gen X. Like, get on YouTube, save your money, go ahead and make a video about profits and how to be good and buy cheap beer. Whatever the case be, it's still putting out a good product. And at the end of the day, it's beer. And we love beer here on the Weekly Beer Show. So I'm enjoying the Pabst Blue Ribbon. Yeah, I'm cocked from earlier. Okay, the revision definitely got me spun. But it's not that bad. I mean, you know what you're going to get with this beer. It's going to be your typical gritty, grassy, cheap beer, right?
You know where it's great? If there's like a little food truck festival going on and there's a little tent and they got a bunch of tubs of ice, and the ice is melted to the point where they got to just kind of grab the can out of the water and they're like, here's $2 for a PBR. That's where it's great. Summertime.
You ever go dry hot dog?
Huh?
You ever go dry hot dog?
Did you ever go dry hot dog? Is that innuendo?
No, I mean, like, you ever just not even put anything on a hot dog, just slap it in between the buns and eat it?
There's a lot of innuendo there. No, I've not done that.
I mean, what better complimentary beverage?
Dip the hot dog into the PBR.
No. You go ahead and you go dry hot dog, and then you got this nice wash going on, right? I mean, Milwaukee is famous for the tube steaks, the casings, the snap, and the hot dog. I feel like a good soft bun and a nice pork hot dog, just dry, mixed with this beer, boom. I'm serious, man.
I feel like it also can go well with, like, if we move into the Pennsylvania region of things, like pickled sausage, pickled eggs.
Yeah, but I like them on the chart, like grilled. You know what? Maybe IKEA meets America, and they go ahead and they start serving PBR at IKEA, and then you go Bear Bologna over there, and you just eat
Bear Bologna. Dude,
Yeah.
You're really just throwing out some doozies here. Bear bologna. What was the other one? Dry meat packer. What's going on?
Easy, buddy. You're the one that's keep on, Dan.
There you go. Keep it going, dude.
Frank gets it, dude. He's like, dude, thank you, Frank. I appreciate you for loving me who I am. Danny's hungry. He is hungry, but it's time. That's right. It's time. Fancy meat to that beer. All right. It's time for What Would You Rather? What you doing? Are you doing gang signs?
Oh, what would you rather?
All right. What would you rather, guys? Listen, favorite part of the show. Here it comes. Barrow, hope you're with us in India because I'm going to wrap it up quickly. Here we go. Drunken Man Dan. I'm getting a lot of comments of being drunk, but I think I'm holding off pretty good.
We're almost at 20, by the way. Just so you know, be aware.
What?
We're almost at 20 in the room.
No, we got 10.
There's 15.
Really?
Oh, no. Those are comments. Sorry. You're right. It's 10.
My man is looking this way.
I'm cross. All right. Go for it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. What would you rather? Go ahead and leave me your comments now or after the show. Please go ahead and leave me your comments. What would you rather? I'm going to give you a ticket. You can go to one of these two places. Beautiful, epic places in the world. I hope to get to both of them, but hopefully you can go to one of them right now. The first one, and please, Drunken Man Dan, is yes, but please forgive me on the pronunciation. The first one is called Cappadocia, Turkey. Boom! In your face. How would you like to get off an air balloon and just go?
In your face, it. What?
All right.
In your face.
We're having a good time. Yeah, you know what? I might even change my score on the revision. But look at the beauty on this thing. Now, I'm not a huge fan of hot air balloons, but I've also never been in one. I'm just afraid of heights. But let's look at the landscape and architecture. All right. Now I know where George Lucas got his idea for Tatooine. Okay.
What's Tatooine?
That's where Uncle Owen and Luke lived.
Uncle
All right.
Owen.
Look at these beautiful mountains, and this is basically a community and like a village built into the Salt Mountains right there. Absolutely gorgeous. Would love to see that. Or would you rather go to Ubud, Bali? Ubud. Wow. Look at that. Jeez Louise. I mean, you have these beautiful rice paddies that are formulated. And it's like for me personally, the first time I'd seen one of these things, I'd never seen anything like it. I couldn't imagine what it would like. Good night, Barrow. I just, and then look at this. You got these old ancient ruins, kind of like Angkor Wat. Absolutely beautiful. This place looks amazing. It looks like a lot of places that I've been to in China. But when you see these rice paddies, this is something that you probably will only see in one place in the world, and that is like Southeast Asia, maybe Pacific Island Asia. Just absolutely beautiful. This one's really tough for me. This one may be the hardest one ever for me to decide because I really want to go to both of them. I know. When I put this thing together, I literally sat and thought about it. Like, where would I rather go? Because on one hand, I'm afraid of hot air balloons, but Turkey to me, I have to see it. And then on the other side, you got this part of Asia that I grew up always wondering. I saw bits of it in South China, Vietnam, and then here it is in all its epic glory. Tough one, man. But if I had to choose, I would go with Turkey. I just got to go see it, man. I don't know what it is about it. I want to go and ride on a hot air balloon because it scares the death of me. Yes, Marissa knows what I'm talking about. Druntic says the balloon tour. I'm going to Turkey. Nate, what about you?
Definitely Turkey. So I've ridden in a hot air balloon. I've done that before. It's, man, just go do it. Like when you get in the basket, don't be afraid of it. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's super peaceful, actually, very quiet, kind of eerily quiet. But yeah, so Turkey interested me a lot. I spent a lot of time in Southeast Asia, just like Danny did. I get it from the Ubud perspective. Get me over to Turkey.
Hey, Lynn, welcome to the show. Yes, you want the hot air balloon, no problem. I know, trust me, I know. I came home to Buffalo. I had so many plans to meet people, but, with COVID being what it was, we are. You can close your eyes. Well, I probably will close my eyes because I'm a little afraid. But anyway, moving on to question number 2. Question number 2 is, which band or musician group do you like more? I'm talking about the Talking Heads. Talking Heads. Talking Heads got some great music, different sound. Yeah. Definitely ahead of their time. Their lead vocalist was one of a kind. Or the Beastie Boys.
Daniel Byrne, by the way, was his name. David Byrne. And boom.
Bam! What Beastie Boys? Okay, check your head. When this album came out, it was like nobody had ever heard anything like it. Beastie Boys were definitely growing on the hip hop scene, but when this album came out, this kind of brought them to
Check your head.
worldwide status. One of the things about the Beastie Boys that I really appreciated it, and we continue to use it today, especially here on this show, is they were the first people to get close to the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were the first people to really go in at you on the camera, and that's pretty cool. Both musicians, both musical groups, bands, whatever you want to call them, absolutely love. But if I had to choose one over the other, I would choose the Talking Heads.
Come on.
That's me.
I want to choose the Talking Heads.
Let's choose them.
Talking Heads.
I've been on a plane with 3 people, me, my friend, and my dad flying. Wow, that would be awesome.
What's your favorite Talking Heads song, Travel Man Dan?
It's the world one.
The world one. Where do you live? The world.
No, the world. I forget.
Life during wartime? Nothing but flowers?
Yeah, nothing but flowers.
Boom. All right. So the album that we referenced here, that's the last song on that album. For me, it's Life During Wartime. That's my favorite. Talking Heads, they were just so unique in their delivery. And I'm not sure we've actually ever heard anybody quite like the Talking Heads since. So for me, Beastie Boys were awesome. They were absolutely great. Still great, probably. But for me, Talking Heads is not even close.
Yeah. Bathroom break. Talk to us, Nate.
Bathroom break. So, you know what? I'm going to go over here. I'm going to share. What am I looking at? We're going to go to 50 best breweries. All right. All right. So, one thing I thought was pretty interesting when I was doing some research on Revision, right? You can see the brewing company right here out of Sparks, Nevada. They opened in March of 2017. Founder brewer Jeremy Warren modified his vision for a second brewery. So he was with a brewery out of Sacramento called Knee Deep, and he felt restricted by his ability to kind of create new beer and try things that were creative and interesting. So he branched off and went out to Sparks, Nevada, opened up his own brewery, and that's what you see here. They've got some interesting stuff going on there, but wanted to share this. I saw this. This was considered one of the 50 best new breweries back in 2020. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Very interesting. But more interesting than that, it's time for the food section of What Would You Rather. Guys, I'm talking about the Francescatina. Ooh, baby. Wow. Look at that. That is from Portugal. That is ham on top of ham, sliced cured ham on top of pork with an egg cut over it, fried bread. Oh, my gosh. It is basically Portugal's Porto sandwich. Look at that friggin' thing. That thing looks delicious. You like that, Nate?
Are you kidding me? Listen, you put an egg on a sandwich and you got beef like that in there. That's not deli meat. There's something going like they grilled
beef, pork,
steak or something. I don't know what that is. That's pork?
Yeah, it's pork. Pork on pork. Ham on top of regular pork chop.
Wow, that must be awesome pork. Yeah, so I like anytime you can get into a sandwich that you have to use a knife and a fork, I'm game.
Yeah. Okay, going with question. The opposite one is we're going over to France, and we got the croquet madame, and it is also a pork sandwich. But look at it. We're talking about bacon and eggs, dude. Anytime you lay bacon and eggs with cheese, what I really like is the pesto rim. So as you bite down into that thing, it gives you that pesto flavor. Oh, man, this one is tough. I can't go against French cooking. Both are amazing, but I'm going with the croquet madame.
Yeah, it's really hard for me too, mostly because I don't quite understand each of them the way I would want to make a decision. I've never seen them before. I've never heard of them before. I've never tried it. But just from the pictures alone, man, I'm going to go with this one, whatever this is called, the Francescina.
Yeah, it's probably spoken a little bit different because it's Portuguese, but Not a bad choice.
Yeah. So French food. Well, listen, everything we eat is based off of French food. All right. I'm going to go out after the Portuguese thing.
Okay, very good. Going back to the second beer review, we're doing the old PBR, a little classic spin on the hipster with a couple of middle-aged dudes here on YouTube. Hope you're enjoying it. Hey, I'm still enjoying this beer. It's
Me
you know
too.
what you're gonna get.
I like it.
It's got a very corny taste to it. And
You're a corny taste.
Yeah, but I mean, desired taste is definitely flat. There's absolutely no carbonation going on in that thing. Look at that. That is a flat little drink. Very clear, but you know what you're going to get with this one.
Isn't it crazy when you think about it, right? Like for the longest time, when I was a kid, like the offerings of anything outside of that realm, right? Like back in the late 80s, early 90s, when they first started experimenting with things like Red Dog and Red Wolf, that was the most creativity you were going to get. It was like a red ale, right? And back then it was all Pabst, Old Milwaukee, Schmitz, like just stuff like that. These local little Pilsner lager brewers. And now we're at this point where, I mean, it's pedestrian at this point. That's pretty remarkable. Within 15 years, the entire game has changed.
Yes, absolutely. Schmitz and Schlitz. All right, moving on. Question number 4. What would you rather do? Would you rather stay in a hotel right in the downtown area of the city? No matter what city you're talking about. You can talk about New York. You can talk about Paris. I'm talking about a hotel in downtown. Or would you rather stay in like a cabin or a tent inside of nature? Mountains, forests, wherever. That's a no-brainer for me. And I love the city. I love the hustle and bustle of it. But no matter what you do in the city, you could have the best hotel in the world, and you could be out in the best city in the world, and you're always going to run into a Nimrod. So I feel like that always spoils that a little bit.
Nimrod.
I'm going with nature all the way. Trees are beautiful. I love the cabin in nature. I love just being with the people that I'm with, even if it's myself. Marissa knows what I'm talking about. For me, I'm going with cabin, tent, and nature. Nate, what are you doing?
Dude, so you know where my head's going immediately? Like, and it shouldn't because this isn't the only option, but do you remember the name of
you remember the time?
Sorry, guys. Do you remember the name of the high-rise hotel hostel places in Hong Kong?
Dude, you're an asshole. You must be reading my mind. Yes.
Were you thinking the same thing? What was the name of those? What was the name of that place?
Well, okay, so
something mansion.
It's called Chongqing Mansions. It was on Nathan Road. It was on Nathan Road. But even more significant, wait till we get to what are you watching to talk about this.
Okay. All right. What are we talking about again? Oh, cabin, tent.
Cabin, tent.
Yes, I would choose the tent option. Yeah.
Oh, somebody's co-host is fired up. He's drunk. He's having fun. All right. Moving on to question number 5. This is the hurt, disgusting, whatever one you want to talk about. I don't even know what I just said. That was a complete mumble. If you are a producer or you're a director and you're really thinking about putting me on a network, trust me, Nate is turning red, and I will not swear like this because I won't be drinking. This is for me. This is my show. I am the producer. I am the director, and I am one of the hosts.
By the way, I'm producing right now.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
And hosting.
You're the executive. You're the executive producer. Executive producer. All right, moving on. Doesn't matter. What would you rather? I'm going to give you a pair of underwear. You got to wear these underwear for 8 hours. Okay? The first pair of underwear has nothing but dried Christmas needles in it.
Oh,
okay? So you may sit and comfortable and you may walk around and they might, thank you so much, Aquanauts. We'd love to hear that you guys are enjoying this. But every once in a while, those needles are going to poke your balls. They're going to poke your balls. Poke your penis or your private parts, and it's going to hurt. But it's 8 hours of it, okay? You Hollywood guys.
Okay.
All right. Or, okay, and this is soiled by your own, whatever I know.
Excrement?
Yes. Okay. So hopefully you didn't eat Indian food the night before.
Wow.
Food.
Sorry to India, Barrow.
No, that's not a slight on Indian food. I love Indian food. But let's be honest. All right.
For the American digestive tract, it's not.
We're not used to it. So, would you rather Christmas needles or your poop in a diaper?
All right. What do you pick?
You gotta wear squishy underwear for 8 hours. So what would you rather?
What are you picking?
Well, I'm definitely thinking. I'll go through the pain of a Christmas needle. Okay, at least it'll probably smell good. Okay, pine smells good. I like the smell of pine. Yes, every once in a while you're gonna be like, oh, okay, one of those pine needles goes at the right. Ow! You know what I mean? Like, so you're like Kramer, but you're definitely
Kramer.
You're not sitting in your own diarrhea. You're not squishing. You're not smelling. The smell from your underwear. I'm going with Christmas needles. What about you?
Are you kidding me? It's a no-brainer. I'm definitely doing Christmas needles, and I agree with the smell. Like it's, if anything, it's like it's actually it's an advantage.
Yeah.
You need something to sop up whatever you did for the entire day.
Yeah, you don't want to sit around your own poop.
Yeah, I do not want to be sitting in a wet diaper. I'll tell you that.
It's not even a diaper. It's your own underwear. So just hold still, Dan.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Give me the needles.
All right. We're all taking needles. Seems like this
We're
room
all taking needles.
Taking needles. Christmas needles, not the rose needles. Moving on, guys. It's almost time to go ahead and score the PBR. Nate, the good thing about PBR is you can whack down a good 8 ounces of it. So
at a time.
Are you ready?
Oops. Sorry. Well, no, don't finish it. Come on, dude. You gotta read my cues better. All right.
It's time to score, buddy. There is no cue. You're the
there is no
producer.
cue.
I am the producer.
I might try Xmas needles for no good reason, says Frank. And Frank, that's why you are a Hall of Famer.
Yes. Oh, you can't. I like that, dude. Let's start bringing Hall of Famers to the.
Listen, we got 3 Hall of Famers right off the rip. Who are the first 3 people you had watching the show?
Barrow.
He burps first.
Tenacious Freak.
Yep.
Who was probably in the room with Aquanuts. And Greg Z.
All right, so right there is the Ring of Honor. Those are the first 3 Hall of Famers.
I don't know what happened to Greg Z. I don't know if he's in Poland, or if he just found us too annoying, and
probably,
not probably. Some people find us charming, and some people enjoy this hour and a half of fun debauchery. This show has definitely gotten off the. See, we're right there on cue. Robert Pennington says, "Love it, Danny. Thank you so much." We are reviewing the Pabst Blue Ribbon. It's time to go ahead and give it a score. I got to get ready for the Bills game soon. So,
hey.
All right, here we go.
Thank God.
Hey,
where are the Twins, by the way?
They were here earlier. They're probably getting ready for the game. If you like corn, if you like metal pipe, if you like, that taste of old swill, PBR is your brand. It's not the greatest thing, but I know what I'm drinking when I drink it. I'm going to give it a score of a 2.5. Wasn't great.
It's not great, but you know what? It is drinkable.
It is drinkable.
And it's drinkable at a high volume, and you can do it fast. So we didn't get to 20 people in the group today, but this is a great beer. It should be like our sponsored funnel beer, in my opinion. PBR, I'm going to reach out to you, and we're going to get you to be our sponsored funnel beer team. I'm going to go 2.0.
2.0. All right, price. Dude, you can't beat the price. You can't beat the price. For this thing, it was $2. All right.
Yeah, yep.
Now, whether this thing is flying across the face and you're dressed like Obama and it hits you in the head, And it's $2. Doesn't matter. It's cheap as hell. It's good beer. It's okay beer. It's beer. I'll say this. It's beer. All right. I think the price is good. I'm giving it a score of 4.0.
Yeah, I'm going to go 5.0 on the score.
What?
Yeah, it's super cheap. It's, I mean, you can get it. For me, it was $2.49 for a 24-ounce can. That means it's actually $1.25 a beer. That is really cheap. In a bar, it's cheap. In a grocery store, it's cheap. In a restaurant, it's really cheap. So 5.0.
Wow. Okay. All right. Moving on to design. I believe it was either Drunatic or Aquanuts that said they like this design. I actually like the design too. Pabst Blue Ribbon, and then they have a blue ribbon with the red. I like the color scheme. I just like the red, white, and blue color, and it has nothing to do with the patriotic American flag. I think red, white, and blue looks good. I mean, Buffalo Bills, but I like this. I like the cursive, that it's different. I like the overall label of Pabst Blue Ribbon. I'm giving it a score of a 4.
Yeah, I'm going to go 4.0 as well. So if you look at this can, this is the intro. First of all, I like the patriotic part of it, red, white, and blue. But there's an interesting part of this I just noticed. All right. You know the new stickers on beers where you got the silver can at the top and the bottom, and then they put the sticker over it?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it's almost like they're emulating the PBR can, right? Like it looks like it should be a sticker. Now PBR is mass distributed. They've got a lot more money, so they can put this sticker or whatever it is into the actual aluminum. So it's a little bit different, but it does have that feel of a craft beer kind of sticker system that they're currently doing. Maybe they got it from PBR. I don't know, but I like it. 4.0. I love the ribbon. It reminds me of like putting a ribbon on livestock.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? You go to like a farmer's market and be like, that pig looks the best. We're going to give it a blue ribbon.
Hogs in heavens. I'll meet you there. Don't wear your tie.
Don't wear your tie.
All right. Accessibility. Look, a friend of mine from China, a British guy, messaged me this morning after he saw the promo and said, listen, I remember when I would see Qingdao, Harbin, and PBR. You can find it in corner stores in China. Accessibility is rampant. You can find this beer anywhere. It is worldwide. And for that alone, you can find it any beer that I was in Topanga Canyon, which is like this little hippie village area. I went to a small little bodega yesterday, and it was just the craziest little place I've ever been here in Los Angeles. And what do you know? You go to the cooler section, PBR. This thing is rampant. It's everywhere you want. I'm giving it a score of a 5.0.
For accessibility?
Absolutely.
I'm doing a 4.5 because for me, I'm going to hold out on the 5.0 because that's Budweiser, Guinness, Corona. There's really only a couple that fall into that category for me. So it's slightly underneath that, but you can find it in a lot of places. So for me, 4.5.
Some would say it's too accessible.
Thank you, Frank.
The X Factor, other than getting hit in the head with a can of it and still surviving, other than knowing that I've been through the era when cell phones weren't around, to the area when they were around, the area when it made people completely obliviated to other people. I know what it's like to watch a progression. PBR was there for it. I think that holds weight for something. I'm going to give it a score of a 3.5. I actually like how PBR has grown into the hipster world.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a 2.5, which probably seems low considering how much I've been praising it, but it is still macro bathwater, right? It is. Out of all the macro bathwater that I've drank, it's one of the better ones, but that's still what it is. So for me, it's 2.5. If it was Miller Lite, it would be a 0.5, just to give you some context and reference. It's a shitty beer, but I like shitty beer.
2. Yeah, shitty beer has its place. Listen, we're not saying it's shitty and we won't drink it. And I'm never above that. I'll probably drink any beer. Frank says, yeah, I saw it Thailand. And yeah, I'll always drink a PBR if you have it. Like I said, it's look, we're drinking Revision, this crazy triple hazy. This has science geeks. This has beer makers. Okay. Definitely like it. Would suggest it to anybody. If you get a chance to try it, it is pure Americana. I'm giving the PBR a score of a 19. 19.
Yeah, I'm not far off, Danny. I got an 18. And you know what? Considering you can't look at this beer as a competition with the Revision Triple Hazy IPA. It's a different thing. As far as macro summertime barbecue in the ice bucket beers go, this is a really good one, and it deserves an 18 score.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Carlos, what's up, man? Yeah, definitely. If you get a chance to try PBR, don't shy away from it. Look, is it the first beer of choice?
Nope.
The thing is like sometimes you want to go out, you want to drink some beer, man. You want to be a hot day, beach. This is the perfect beer for this. I could probably rip off 6 of these. Okay, big cans. Easy. Okay, throughout the day, I could probably do 2 of these. All right, so guys, that's our score. Hope you enjoyed our reviews. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is what are you reading? What are you watching? I'm going to zip through this. What am I reading? It's this one. Black History Month is coming up. I've mentioned this before. There is a town here in California that a lot of people don't know about. It is the first all African-American town. It is called Allensworth, and that is the book I'm reading. It is called Allensworth, Two Tales of Triumph. It is about the people that started Allensworth and their life in there. Take a look at that town. I'm going to go ahead and do a Travel Man Dan video on that. These are the kind of things I really like, is the obscure, the kind of out of the way things that a lot of people don't know about. So I will be bringing that to you sometime in late February for Black History Month. I think it's an important part of American history. I think it's an important part of history worldwide that people see. But this is the book I'm reading, Allensworth, A Tale of Two Triumphs. Nate, you reading anything?
No, thought we were done with the segment. I am reading anything involved with beer at the moment.
Yes, you are, my friend. And you're getting pretty damn good at it. So I'm looking forward to it. Keep teaching us about beer. We're loving it. And we're loving the value that you're bringing to this segment. And, keep doing your thing. The next thing I want to talk about is what are you watching? We're going to be switching the segment a little bit. What am I watching is one of the most riveting shows, and I've passed it a few times on Netflix, and then it hit me last night. It hit me big time. I didn't sleep. I started watching it because I had investment into this place. I started watching a few movies. I didn't really like them, so I started over with documentaries. And if you haven't seen the Hotel Cecil documentary on Netflix, it's about a famous hotel in Los Angeles. And I started watching it, in about 10 minutes into it, it hit me. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been there. I've been to this hotel. I could not believe it. If you don't know, Hotel Cecil is about this missing Chinese Canadian woman who came over here and just disappeared. The only footage that they have was her in the elevator, and I won't tell you any bit more, but you have to watch it. Hey, Lisa, thank you. But when I saw it, I had immediate flashbacks of when I was there, and I was there recently. A friend of mine had came here from China, and that's where she stayed. If you don't know this hotel, it's a 700-room hotel on Skid Row. It is one of the most dangerous places in all the United States. It's one of the craziest documentaries. You got to see it. It's nuts. Hotel Cecil, check it out. That's what I'm watching. I've seen it. It's insane, says Aquanuts. Yeah, I stayed in it. And I had no idea about the history of this because my friend had came from China. That's where she stayed. She knew it was a cheap hotel. I went and visited her. It was just, and watching this thing, it's all kind of swirling around. That's all the Canadian Vietnamese girl. Yeah. It's really nuts. That's the hotel where, you got to see it. Hotel Cecil. That's what I'm watching. Nate, what about you?
I'm not watching anything at the moment. The Eagles in the playoffs.
Hey, fly, Buffalo. Buffalo on in 2 hours. Okay.
It is football
So,
Sunday. When we have the football on Saturday, I forgot there's actually games going on today.
yeah, I'm going to shower up and get ready for the game. All right. What am I listening to? That's a no-brainer. I'm listening to Miles Davis. Love the sound of his horn. Love the sound of that smooth jazz. He was just an integral, massive movement, smooth jazz. I love Miles Davis. I listen to him often. I've really been listening to him as the new year comes, as I'm trying to settle myself and kind of take a peaceful approach to 2022 and be at more, just at ease with a lot of things. I like to put on that jazz sound. So that's what I'm listening to, Miles Davis. What about you, Nate?
Talking Heads greatest hits.
Ooh, went with a little drawback. All right, guys, thank you so much. Whether this is your first time joining us, whether you've joined us each and every week, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're going to see some changes happen subtle. We're not going to just throw everything at you, but parts of the show are going to be put out. But without you guys, we couldn't do this. We couldn't show up each and every week, whether there's 10, 20, or 50 people. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I want to leave you with the quote of the show, and the quote of the show comes from Bill Carter, who is an author. He said this. He said, "There's no such thing as a bad beer. It's just that some taste better than others." Boom. And what a better example than this. I mean, look, you're going to have beers from all over the world, beers that are Pilsners, beers that are IPAs, whatever your flavor palette is. They are going to taste different. You're going to like some better than the other. There is no bad beer. That's one of the premises. That's one of the foundational, standards that we put on ourselves here at me, Nate, is, so you know what? We will review anything. Some beers taste better than others. Some beers will get 20s. Some beers will get 15s. It does not matter. It's still beer. I really enjoyed it. It's not the best neighborhood. No, it's not. It's terrible. Skid Row is terrible. But that's the quote of the show. I hope that you enjoyed it. Nate, do you have anything parting words to say to everyone before we take off?
No, but try these two beers.
I love it. Yes, this is what we tried. It is the Pabst and the Revision of Poor Decisions. Thank you so much, each and every one of you guys. Whether you hopped on for the whole show, whether you hopped on for 5 minutes or 1 minute or 30 seconds, I appreciate you guys. Yes, Talking Heads, I'm listening to Slipknot videos. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying that, Lee. Thank you so much, everybody. Nate, thank you so much for joining us. You did an amazing job. The revision is fun. And I guess that's the end of the show, right?
Aren't you going to take us out?
I'm a little lost for words. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody. I'm Travel Man Dan. That right there is Nate Alsford. Remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it. Bye, everybody. See you next week. Thank you, everybody.